Welcome back to the Seven Deadly Sins anime review, special number 53. This is reviewing the 338th chapter of the manga, Farewell of the Seven Deadly Sins. First, we have this wonderful cover image of Merlin and Meliodas staring at each other. Chapter picks up, basically, where last chapter came off. Yeah, it came out 2 weeks ago. Yeah, and the chapter starts off with Meliodas basically yelling at Merlin for basically manipulating from the start to have a possible monster. No, to bring a even existence to begin with. Chaos exists. In fact, you come face to face for a long time now. We met it? Who could that be? Beats me. Down in the back. Oh, who is it? Meliodas? No way, it could have been. Okay. And then they look at Hawk's mom, and she deflates. Yes, Hawk's mom deflates. Yeah. Yeah, apparently that the pig that's been their transport the whole series has it been a shell made of moss. What? Yeah, this is something. Hawk's mom being nothing more than moss. This is something. Yeah. So, yeah. And she says, if that's so, then where's its contact with you and you, Arthur? From the moment you open your eyes, it's decay and chaos. Me? The whole pig is inside me now? No. More accurately, that chaos is within you. The strange magic Arthur unconsciously used. Huh? Me? Merlin, turn Arthur back to normally. Impossible. Chaos has chosen the will of existence within Arthur. The proof of this, Arthur is the true king of chaos. Then whatever Arthur's will. You can blame me all you want. And Arthur's like, stop it, both of you. I think this is so funny. He puts his hand on Melissa's face and his other hand on Merlin's breast. And Melissa's like, okay. And he's just like, oh, sorry. Yeah. And Merlin doesn't bat an eye over, like, she has no reaction to having Arthur touch her breast by pure accident. Yeah. I think this is quite hilarious. Now, I get maybe Meliodas not having much react because he has his hand over his face by a gloved hand, but I would think that Merlin basically upset by Arthur a little bit for touching her breast, but no. He's like, what? So he's like, he mentions that he looks at the Seven Deadly Sins as heroes. There's absolutely no reason to fight over a child like me. And then they go to some labyrinth. Talk when we first met Merlin. They go through like a maze. And looks like a past version of Camelot. It says, Arthur, you woke up at last. I'm so glad. Yeah, it's the cat creature from when they went to the Drool Village. Back in. Let me look it up on here. Because that was the first time this creature showed up in the series. Was that particular one. Yeah, and it's not saying Bond doesn't know who this is. He was not when they got this thing. He got this thing way back in the Istar arc. Yeah, which aired about almost halfway through season 2 of the anime. That's when he first got this thing. hmm And the thing starts acting really weird. Like, and I think it's Chaos telling Merlin, don't let the thing get close to Arthur. And then the cat jumps at Arthur, And then it forms like a giant mouth where it's like a demon. Yeah, and Melios basically tackles him. And apparently it chopped off Arthur's arm. And apparently start eating Arthur's arm for some reason. Like, what are you doing? Everyone, get hold of that cat! His arm was torn off. You must recover his arm. But otherwise, you will soon realize how powerful a fragment of chaos can be. So apparently the cat creature, who has been traveling with Arthur since the Istar arc, is a demon. Wow! Who knew that he was a frickin' demon? Next chapter, Fragment of Chaos. Wow, this is a quite interesting chapter. Also, I love the comedy in this. I would say the most funniest bit of this whole chapter was Arthur trying to make a fight between Arthur and between Melios and Merlin, and him putting his hand at Melios' face and putting his other hand on Merlin's breast. I thought that was hilarious because he isn't a teenager, and he's looked at Merlin as a mother figure, and she basically, from what I can tell, he thinks she probably writes this off as probably like a pure accident. He accidentally touched her chest, but probably from her perspective, probably the only guy who would have been allowed to touch her chest is a man who died in the previous arc, Ascanar. Yeah. But next chapter looks like they can try and get back Arthur's arm. Yeah. But I like the fact we brought back Arthur. Yes, I think this is a step in the right direction for the series, because I think killing him off was a mistake for the series to do. But the series probably gets to that pretty soon. Yeah. I get this chapter roughly a 9 out of 10. It's a good chapter and great cliffhanger for the chapter. Love it. Though, I think that probably the most surprising thing of the whole chapter is that Hawk's mom was Moss the whole time. Like, the creature that has been traveling with this group since the start of the series is nothing more than a shell made of moss. I'm like, what? Okay. That was the most. That was the one of the most shocking thing about this chapter, aside from the cliffhanger. Yeah. But otherwise, though, that's really it for this particular review. Stay tuned tomorrow for our reviews of the newest chapter of Black Clover and the next review. My next episode I'm hopefully going to review for Rama Half. Okay? But see you next view. Bye.